Hello, good evening. Welcome to Siddha-Vetha webinar series. Today we have an interesting topic, Ayurveda and Physiology. It's called Kriya, Sharir in Ayurvedic Sanskrit term. Today's speaker is Dr. Pankaja Choudhary, MD in Kriya, Sharir. It's a very unique field. PG and PhD guide in MUHS, Associate Professor, Kriya, Sharir, Department, Dr. G.D. Paul Foundations, YMT Ayurvedic Medical College and Hospital, PG Institute, Karagar, Navi Mumbai. She has more than 15 years of UG and PG teaching experience and has published quite a bit of research papers in national and international journals, organizing committee member in Ayur Kaushalya since 2017, member of organizing committee in World Ayush Expo 2019, coordinator of CME for Ayush teachers in Kriya Sharir held in January 2020. So she has taken very important roles. So today I welcome Dr. Pankaja Choudhary for the special lecture. Go ahead, please.
Am I audible? Yeah. Namaste. Very good evening to everyone. I'm very much thankful to Mr. S. Lakshmana and his organizing team for giving me this opportunity. So thank you very much, sir. So shall I start my lecture today? So today's topic of lecture is Kriya Sharir clinical importance. Right. So what is this Kriya Sharir? Kriya means function and Sharir means body. Overall, in the subject of Kriya Sharir, we used to study the various functions of the body. In Sanskrit, it is said that Shiryate tat shariram means the body which is getting deteriorate, that is called as Sharir. As this subject, previously this Kriya Sharir subject was used to call as a dosha dhatu mala vijnana, because in this subject, Sharir Kriya subject, we used to study the functions of dosha, functions of dhatu, functions of mala, etc. Now, as I said, there are various definitions of Sharira. There are various synonyms of Sharira. Sharira means Deha, Sharira means Kaya, etc. Okay, so one of them that already I said, Sharira, that is Shiryate tat Shariram, the one which gets deteriorates, that is called as Sharira. Next, that is Deha, means which is nourishment and growth of the body, that is called as Deha. So these are the various different definitions of Sharira. And as I said, Kriya, that is functions of the various body entities. In the Sharir Kriya subject, we used to study the various functions of the body, and that's why the called subject, that is Sharir Kriya. Now, what is the main purpose of Ayurveda? As we are knowing The main motto of Ayurveda is the maintenance of health first and cure next. If still the person is getting ill, then we have to cure and prevent from the disease. So this is the purpose of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a science of more observed and investigated, and it is based on the clinical findings. This Sharir Kriya is having based on these three pillars, as I said, dosha, dhatu, and mala. These together they constitute the living body. Each of them having own characteristic and functions. Swasthya of the person depends on the equilibrium of these dosha, dhatu, and mala. This equilibrium of this dosha, dhatu, mala will give you swasthya, and if it is getting disturbed, then we call it as a disease. Further, we are going to discuss about what is dosha, what is dhatu, what is mala. As Ayurveda is different than allopathy, Ayurveda is individualistic science. As Sushrutaracharya says, Purusham Purusham Viksham means what? Each and every person is different. So, as a person is specific, whatever dravyas, whatever the measurement of the persons, those are different. For example, in allopathy, what the people do, they are taking, suppose 1,000 of people, they will measure the blood pressure of the 1,000 people, and then if 900 people having blood pressure of normal 120 by 80, then they'll declare that normal blood pressure, it is 120 by 80 mm of Hg. So this occur in allopath, but in Ayurveda, it is according to the measurement of the person. As this is specific, so the measurement of the each person with his or her anguli and anjali. Anguli, that is finger, and anjali, like this. So this is about Ayurveda. Now we are going to discuss the various theories in Kriya Sharir, according to which we are going to understand the various concepts like Panchamahabhut theory. So, Dosha Dhatu Mala Siddhanta, Dosha Dhatu Mala theory, about constitution, that is Prakriti. So, we are going to discuss about all these things. So, let's see about the first theory, that is Panchamahabhuta theory. So, what is this Panchamahabhut theory? Panchamahabhut means what? Pancha means five, Maha means great, and Bhut means entity. So, Panchamahabhut means five great entities. These five great entities These are responsible for each and every atom. So which are these Panchamahabhutas? So these are Akash Mahabhut, Vayu Mahabhut, Tej Mahabhut, Jala Mahabhut, Prithvi Mahabhut. So each and every entity in this world is Panchabhautik. Right, from very small thing to a very large thing. Every entity is Panchabhautik. For each Mahabhut, there is a Tanmatra, or we can call, in simpler way, each Mahabhut, there is a special guna. So what's that? For Akash Mahabhut, it is Shabda. For Vayu Mahabhut, it is Sparsha. Shabda, that is sound. Vayu Mahabhut, that is, it is Sparsha, that is touch. Teja Mahabhut, that is, it's Rupa, that is sight. Jala Mahabhut, it is Rasa. It is Prithvi Mahabhut, it is Gandha. As Akash Mahabhut means space. Vayu Mahabhut, that is Vayu, that is air, that is wind. Teja Mahabhut, that is Agni or fire. Jala Mahabhut, that is water. Prithvi Mahabhut, that is earth element. So these are the 5 elements. Now there are 5 things. These are called as Pancha Indriyas. Those Pancha Indriyas are the anatomical sense organs. For example, for Akash Mahabhut, Shrotra. For Vayu Mahabhut, Sparshana. That is Shrotra, that is, it is concerned with the ears. Sparshana, it is concerned with the skin, that is touch. Chakshu is concerned with the netras, that is Rupa. Rasana, that it is concerned with the tongue, that is taste. Ghrana, that is nose, it is concerned with the smell. Now, Indriya Dravyas, these are the basic elements. These are 5. That is Akasha, that is space. Vayu, that is wind. Third, it is Agni. Fourth, it is Jala or water. Fifth, it is Prithvi or earth. Now, which are the Indriya Adhishthanas? So, Indriya Adhishthan for Akash, it is Karna. 2 Karnas, that is 2 ears. For Vayu, Indriya Adhisthana is Tvak or Tvacha, that is skin. For Agni, it is Netra, that is 2 eyes. For Jala Mahabhut, it's Jivha or tongue. For Prithvi, it is nose or Nasa. Now, which are the arthas, that is sense objects, these Pancha Mahabhutas are getting? For Akash Mahabhut, it is Shabda or sound. For Vayu Mahabhut, it is Sparsha or touch. For Chakshu, it is Rupa or sight. For Rasana, it is Rasa or taste. For Prithvi, it is Gandha or smell. So these are the Indriya Arthas. Now Indriya Buddhi, that is knowledge. Shrotra Buddhi, that is knowledge of sound. Next, that is Sparsha Buddhi, that is knowledge of touch. Next, it is Chakshu Buddhi, that is knowledge of sight. Fourth, that is Rasana Buddhi, that is knowledge of taste. And Grhana Buddhi, that is the knowledge of smell. So these are the Pancha Mahabhutas and Indriyas. This is called as Indriya Pancha Panchak. Now, which are the entities in our body? So, Parthiva Dravyas, Parthiv entities in our body, these are strong, like nails, bones, teeth, skin, hairs, etc. So it is concerned with the odor and indriya, that is nose. Then apa, dravyas in our body or apa entities in our body, it is rasa, that is rasa dhatu, can consider as a lymph, blood, cough, urine, sweat, and it is concerned with the taste and the taste buds on the tongue. Now next, Mahabhut, it is a Teja or Agni Mahabhut, which are the Agneya Dravyas in our body. These are Pitta, warmth, sight, and in the Dravya, these are eyes. Then Vayavi Dravyas or entities in our body, it is Sparsha, touch, and skin. Akasha Dravyas or entities in our body, various different channels. Those are called as Srotasas. Very fine channels in our body. Then spaces, vacuum, words, and Indriya, that is ears. So these are the Panchabhautik Dravyas or entities in our body. So this was about Panchabhautik Siddhanta. Each and every atom, cell, it is Panchabhautik. So this was about Panchabhautik theory. Then next, which we are going to discuss about theory, that is dosha theory or dosha siddhanta. As we have seen these Panchamahabhutas, so these Panchamahabhutas combined with each other which give rise to these three functional energies in our body. These doshas are responsible for all functions of the body. These doshas are responsible for the formation, existence, and distinction. Balance and imbalance of the doshas are health and disease respectively. So this is about doshas. So which are these doshas? So vata dosha, pitta dosha, kapha dosha. In vata dosha, it is composed of akasha, that is space, plus vayu, that is air. Pitta dosha, that is agni, fire, plus apa, that is water. Kapha dosha, that is apa, that is water, plus prithvi or earth element. So these Pancha Mahabhutas are responsible for the three doshas. So we can say that three doshas are evolved from Pancha Mahabhutas. Two Mahabhuta combines together to form a dosha. That is Vata dosha, Pitta dosha and Kapha dosha. Ayurveda is based on the functional understanding of the body. As I said earlier also, doshas are responsible for the maintenance of the homeostasis in the body. And health is nothing but the state of equilibrium of doshas. And disease is manifested as the result of disturbance in the state of equilibrium among the doshas. When doshas are in equilibrium, then we will call it as a health. If these are getting disturbed, then we will call it as a disease. So doshas are having, or we can say doshas are very, very important for the maintenance of health. Now, properties of vata dosha. It is dry, that is ruksha. Then it is light, that is lagu. It is mobile, that is chala. Micro effects, that is sukshma. It is cooler, that is shita. It is rough, that is parusha. Clean, that is vishada. So these are the properties of the vata dosha. Then properties of the pitta dosha. It is snigdha, that is anactus. Ushna, that is hot. Tikshna, that is sharp. Drava, that is liquor. Vistra, that is it is having a kind of fleshy smell. Katu, that is it is having a pungent taste. properties of the kapha dosha. Snigdha, anactus. Shlakshna, that is smooth. Mrudu, that is soft. Madhura, that is sweet. Sara, that is firm, compact. Then Sara means overall essence. Sandra, that is dense. Manda, that is slow. Stimita, that is stable. And Guru, that is heavy. So these are the properties of Vata dosha, Pitta dosha, Kapha dosha. In Kapha dosha, it is Shita, that is cold. Vijjala, that is viscous. And Acha, that is clear. Here you can see Vata dosha, that is Akasha plus Vayu. These are the images I have taken from various sources on the net. Then Pitta dosha, that is Agni plus Apa. Kapha dosha, that is Prithvi plus Apa. Then why to study dosha? Tridoshas are the biological gears of the body. Earlier also I said only Tridoshas are responsible for the disease, for the pathogenesis. They are having only capacity to vitiate others. Doshas having only capacity to vitiate dhatus and malas. So the only cause of disease is tridoshas. Tridoshas are responsible for the pathogenesis. When tridoshas are in physiological limits, then homeostasis will be maintained. Their equilibrium called swasthya, they are getting disturbed, we call it as a disease. When three doshas break the normal limits, these will be harmful to the body. So, three doshas are very, very important. These doshas are functional representatives of the Panchamahabhutas. Doshas having controlling power as compared to others, that is dhatus and malas. Doshas are powerful in our body. Doshas having capacity to vitiate or disturb dhatus and malas. Doshas are responsible for origin of the body, that is at the time of conception, that is formation of the prakriti, that is constitution. Doshas are responsible. Dosha exists in each and every cell of the living body. Doshas are nourished by Chitta, that is Mala, that is non-digestible part. Doshas occupy all over the body. Each and every cell, each and every channel of our body, it is Tridoshatma. It is having, each and every cell is having vata dosha, pitta dosha, and kapha dosha. Vata dosha, vayu pradhana, pitta dosha, agni and jala pradhana, kapha dosha, prithvi, that is earth element, it is having. So this is about doshas. When doshas are in homeostatic condition, they are responsible for the appropriate nourishment, strength, and luster of the skin. If doshas are getting disturbed, then will lead to the disease. Doshas are having only capacity to vitiate dhatus and malas. So this is about doshas. Regarding doshas, doshana svabhavat iti doshaha. With doshas having capacity to vitiate others, which dhatus and malas don't have. So doshas are having prime importance. Next, it is dhatus. These are the 7 entities in our body, saptadhatus. These are rasa, rakta, mamsa, meda, asthi, majja, and shukra. Here you can see rasa dhatu, rakta dhatu, mamsa dhatu, meda dhatu, asthi dhatu, majja dhatu, and shukra dhatu. These are the 7 dhatus. The entity which is doing dharana karma in our body called as dhatu. Rasa dhatu is considered with the lymph or plasma. Rakta dhatu, that is blood. Mamsa dhatu, that is muscle. Meda dhatu is considered with the adipose tissue or fat tissue in our body. Asti dhatu, that is bone tissue. Majja dhatu, that is bone marrow, and shukra dhatu, that is reproductive tissue or reproductive system. And the essence of all this sapta dhatu is called as oja. Now here you can see rasa dhatu. It is having function of pradana karma, that is nourishment. Influencing dosha will be kapha. Rasa dhatu, it is mainly composed of Jala Mahabhut, and it gets nourished from the essence part of food after digestion. Rasadhatu, we can compare this Rasadhatu with lymph or plasma. Next dhatu, it is rakta dhatu, that is blood. It is getting nourishment from the rasa dhatu, and the function of rakta dhatu is jivana karma, that is enlivening. And the influencing dosha for rakta dhatu is pitta dosha. Next, it is Mansa Dhatu, that is muscle. Function of Mansa Dhatu is Lepana Karma, that is to support bones. Influencing dosha, it is Kapha dosha. It is getting nourishment from the Rakta Dhatu. Then next Dhatu, it is Meda Dhatu, that is adipose tissue or fat tissue in our body. What this Meda Dhatu is doing? So Meda Dhatu is doing the function of Snehana, that is oiling or lubricating, because of which friction is avoided. And the influencing dosha, it is Kapha dosha, from which dhatu it is getting nourished. So Meda Dhatu, it is getting nourished by the Mansa Dhatu. Look at here, each dhatu is getting nourished by the earlier dhatu. Then next to Meda Dhatu is Asti Dhatu, and it is doing the Dharana Karma, that is stabilizing or holding, that is Dharana Karma. And dosha which is responsible, that is Vata dosha. It is we can compare with the Asidhatu, with the bone tissue, and it is getting nourished by the Meda Dhatu, that is earlier Dhatu, that is fat tissue, right? Next Dhatu, it is Majja Dhatu, and it is doing the karma or function of the Purana, that is filling the cavities, filling in the bone cavities, that is Majja. Here influencing dosha, it is Kapha dosha. And here it is getting nourishment from the Asti Dhatu. We can compare Majja Dhatu with the bone marrow. Next, it is Shukra Dhatu. So this is responsible for the Garbhotpadan, that is reproduction. Influencing dosha is Kapha dosha, and it is getting nourished from the Majja Dhatu. So next component, it is Mala. Malinikaranat Malaha, it is called as Malinikaranat Malaha. These are three malas, that is Purisha, Mutra and Sveda. When Purisha, that is stool, Mutra, that is urine, and Sveda, that is sweat. Malas means waste matter or waste material, substances which are excreted out of the body. When malas, they are within the body, they are doing dharana karma of the body. When they are useless for the body, they are expelled out of the body. Stool, when it is inside the body, still it is doing the dharana karma or poshana to the other malas. Mutra, it is removing clay or waste material from the body in form of urine, and same as the sweda or sweat. Now we'll move towards the next concept, that is Prakriti. You must be knowing about this word or this topic, Prakriti. Prakriti means what? Body constitution. Prakrutistu svabhavaha. The nature of the person is its Prakriti. Once Prakriti will be decided, it is not going to change. The person is having, according to Ayurveda, each and every person is having his or her own Prakriti. Right? The special characteristic of that person, that is its Prakriti. Prakritistu svabhavaha. Let's see about Prakriti. So, how to assess Prakriti? Okay, so when there is a conception, at that time only Prakriti is decided. Once Prakriti is decided, it's not going to change through entire life. These are Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, Kapha Prakriti, then Dvandvaja, that is Vata Pittaja, Vata Kaphaja, and Pitta Kaphaja. And seventh, that is regarding this Prakriti, how to go for the assessment of Prakriti. We are having a chart. Let's see this chart. By this, we are having a tabularized form, Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, and Kapha Prakriti, and the characteristic features. According to these characteristic features, we have to see. So first of all, body frame size. In Vata Prakriti, it is small or thin. In Pitta Prakriti, it is moderate. In Kapha Prakriti, it is large and thick. Overall body frame size, Vata Prakriti, thin. Pitta Prakriti, moderate. And Kapha Prakriti, it is thick or large body frame size. Then the skin, in Vata Prakriti, it is dry, rough, and cool. A touch will be cool. In Pitta Prakriti, it is oily, soft, fair. In Kapha Prakriti, it is oily, cool, and white. Then we'll move towards next point, that is complexion. In Vata Prakriti, it is dark and blackish. In Pitta Prakriti, it is pinkish and red. And in Kapha Prakriti, it is glowing white. Hairs, in Vata Prakriti, hairs of that particular person will be dry, splitted, and easy to break. In Pitta Prakriti, the Pitta Prakriti person will be hairs like soft, early graying of hairs will occur in Pitta Prakriti person, and in Kapha Prakriti people, they are very, very long thick and dark black hairs, very strong hairs they are having. Then next point is teeth. They are having in Vata Prakriti persons will be having teeth big, protruded, cracked, little bit rough surface they are having. Then in Pitta Prakriti they are having moderate size, color will be yellowish, and in Kapha Prakriti they will be having very strong, snigdha and white colored teeth. Then eyes in Vata Prakriti, they are having very small eyes, dull and dry eyes. Snigdhata will not be there here in Vata Prakriti. The next it is in Pitta Prakriti, eyes, they are very shiny, sharp and penetrating. In Kapha Prakriti, they are having big eyes, attractive eyes, and eyelashes will be thick. The nails will be brittle, dry, cracked, and there will be longitudinal striations on the in Vata Prakriti nails. If you're going to feel the nails, you're going to touch, so you can see those striations and rough surface of the nails. In Pitta Prakriti, these are soft, pink, and tender. Uh, in in Kapha Prakriti, nails are strong, soft, and shiny. Uh, Next point, that is voice quality. Yeah, can you reduce this? In voice quality, in Vata Prakriti, it is rough and broken words. In Pitta Prakriti, will be fast and commanding. In Kapha Prakriti, it will be soft and deep. When we're talking about the appetite of the Vata Prakriti person, it will be variable and scanty and can't predict about it. In Pitta Prakriti, it is good, and Pitta Prakriti people cannot control the hunger. If they are hungry, they won't understand anything and they have to rush for the food. So this is about the Pitta Prakriti. After every 3 hours, Pitta Prakriti person have to eat something. Okay. Then Kapha Prakriti, they are having slow and steady appetite. Then body weight, it is low in Vata, medium in Pitta, and overweight in Kapha. Body temperature in Vata Prakriti is less than normal, Pitta Prakriti more than normal, and Kapha Prakriti is normal and slightly cool. So how much time I'm having?
You have 1 more minute.
Pardon?
1 more minute.
1 more minute.
Yeah,
So
you try. I'll give you a couple of you can wrap
shall
up.
I means I have to conclude only, right?
Yeah, no, whatever you have, quickly, you can just do the conclusion you wanted to tell. Yes.
Just I'll try to finish it.
Right, right.
In thirst in Vata Prakriti, it is variable. In Pitta Prakriti, it is excessive, and in Kapha Prakriti, it is scanty. Digestive power, that is Agni, it is variable in Vata. In Pitta, it is fast and very fast, and in Kapha, it is slow. best products, that is Mala. In Vata Prakriti, having constipation. In Pitta, it is loose, soft and oily. And in Kapha Prakriti, it is properly formed stool. Physical activity, Vata Prakriti people very active, Pitta Prakriti moderate, and Kapha Prakriti, these are lethargic. Memory, Vata Prakriti is short-term memory is very bad. Pitta Prakriti, good memory, and Kapha Prakriti having long-term memory is the best. Sleep pattern, it is interrupted in Vata Prakriti. Pitta Prakriti, it is a little bit sound, and in Kapha Prakriti, it is prolonged and heavy. Mental strength, in Vata, it is quick irritation. Pitta, it is quick in anger. And in Kapha, can tolerate everything, sorrow, everything. Uh, then reactions to the adverse situation. In Vata Prakriti, anxiety, worry, irritability. In Pitta Prakriti, angry, aggression will be there. And in Kapha Prakriti, it is calm and sometimes depressive. Regarding mood changes, quickly and frequent mood swing in Vata Prakriti. Pitta Prakriti changes slowly, and in Kapha Prakriti, stable and constant. What kind of dreams these people are having? In Vata Prakriti, sky, wind, flying objects, etc. They are going to observe in their dreams. They are having confusions. In Pitta Prakriti, they are having fire, light, bright colors, and violence. In Kapha Prakriti, water, pools, gardens, and good relationships they are going to observe. In Vata Prakriti, they are having social relations, very less friends. Pitta Prakriti, they are having good number of friends. And in Kapha Prakriti, they are having long-lasting, few but long-lasting. In wealth, they spends more money without thinking. And Pitta Prakriti saves also and spends on the valuable things. In Kapha Prakriti, this saves more. So these are the characteristic features of Vata, Pitta and Kapha Prakriti. So according to this, we can assess the Prakriti, that is Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti and Kapha Prakriti, Dvandvach Prakriti, etc. And then according to, we can advise the people how they should take ahara, that is diet, vihara, where they should go, where they should do regarding exercise and everything. So this will be beneficial to what the person should do and what will be beneficial for the person. So this was about Prakriti assessment, that is assessment of the constitution. So I think we'll stop here. Once again, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you. So now we are open for questions. It's nice talk today. So people are thinking there are a lot of questions because we are
Yeah.
almost more than a class. It's like a lecture, you know. So definitely people will have a lot of questions. So anybody questions, we can raise your hands. We'll allow you to unmute. Any questions?
Doctor, I had one
Raise your
question.
hand. Chat, yeah, go ahead, please.
So in Pitta, I think the skin complexion, you mentioned the pinkish or red, but that's not natural, right?
Pinkish. Yeah, yeah, it's natural only.
Okay.
Yeah, Pitta, it is having Teja Mahabhut and Apa Mahabhut. Dominance of Teja and Jala Mahabhut, right? And as we have seen Sapta Dhatus, Saptadhatus also we have seen. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asthi, Majja, Shukra. In that, we have we can means correlate with the blood, that is Rakta Dhatu. So in that concern, this is. Yeah.
I think what Kishore is asking is probably like you're talking about skin complexion. Is it?
Yeah.
Asking
Yes.
Kishore? Like
Yes.
the skin is not, do you think that it should be pinky? Like men are mostly dark and they can still be pitta. So that is the.
Now, Pitta Prakriti people means good looking people, we can say. In Kapha Prakriti, it is given more relevant, but Pittas are also. Yeah.
Okay. So any other questions? Okay. Well, if no further questions, I have some announcements.
Yeah.
So let me. Then if you have any questions, you can go ahead. So we have some wonderful courses coming up. One of the course.
Yeah.
You can chat your questions in the meantime. If you have any further questions. There's a weight loss program we are doing for 12 weeks using both Ayurveda and Siddha knowledge. Two experts are there.
Yeah.
Been doing weight loss programs. So Dr. Lucy is in Princess Lucy for Ayurveda and Dr. Deepika Ravishankar for Siddha. So this is a very important program. It's for 12 weeks program. They wanted to show real time, how you can reduce. They have been having so much experience in reducing the weight of people, not like going to gym and, running and exerting and having a bad health just by doing rigorous practices, sudden practices, or by having a diet, that's not, you call it fancy terms and, the diet is not going to be compatible to your body. So these all are with a natural diet and natural exercises. You're going to reduce your weight. This is going to be very useful for many,
Yeah.
years. I would suggest you to take this course.
We are not able to see the flyer, right?
You don't see? You don't see?
I mean, I see the thank you card, right?
Oh, I missed the flyer.
You see the flyer. I think you're seeing somewhere else. You spotlight.
Oh,
yourself,
okay.
probably.
Sorry. Thank you.
So, so this is very important program. So you can, if you like to join, let us know. There is an early bird discount by October 16th. So we wanted to actually start this weekend, but because the deadline for early bird was already gone, so we had to do it next week. So please try to join this. It's going to be a very useful program for you. And then we have another couple of programs for the Dr. Lucy is also going to teach a course for kids. They're interested in joining Ayurveda for kids. That is to train them on different concepts of Ayurveda on Dinacharya or Nalolukam, we call it, what everyday discipline, how to do oil pulling, all these little things, Vadalai, when to wake up, all these things, will be covered there. So this is something to think about. And then we have the program. I'm using 2 windows, so I have to turn back and forth. Okay. Sorry about this. Okay. So the next program is going to be, it's very interesting. This will be something new to you, but it's going to be very, very useful to you. Because at the end, so this is opening the 5th eye. So people know about like 2 eyes, 3rd eye and all. And I don't think so many of you might know what is 5th eye. So this is going to really opening your 5th eye. This is the workshop is to open your 5th eye. Right? And this is a 2-day workshop. One of the scientists, myself and another scientist from Stanford, both are going to conduct this. This is going to be on October 23rd, 3 and 24th, 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. each day. So we both of us will be conducting together. This is the topics, list of topics given here. And these are going to be very, very useful. See, we are talking about so many things, but we may not be knowing that. Little things that are doing, sometimes you take all kind of medicine. It doesn't work. Not that medicine will work for everybody. And everybody will get, even though we find Siddha, Ayurveda, medicines are relatively okay for, compared to the chemicals, they are really working good. But not for all cases. Everybody will not be healed by medicines. So there are higher ways of healing things. So you're going to different kind of a zone where you can heal much. So it's a higher level, more than just medicine. So this is a topic, the topics that here covered are like very deep down. And this is what transformation happens. You can only be transformed. See, everybody knows I have knowledge. Knowledge is not a big deal, but why transformation is needed? For transformative knowledge, you need a different kind of education. And that's what is this workshop is about. It is going to have, shift your perspective totally, like 180, 360 degrees. So, please try to attend. So there are 3 programs, and then we have our regular workshop. You can attend our other workshop that we have. We have our the Silambam. We are going to start the not just Silambam, Varma Adimurai. Varma Adimurai will be next weekend on this coming weekend on Sunday. It's a practical 1 hour demo. It's a free session for everybody. It'll be in the morning times around 11ish or in the evening. We haven't decided whether 3 in the evening or 11. So that we'll decide and let you know. Keep an eye on the groups. So that's going to be a demo on how, ancient, we are bringing the whole entire, the traditional martial arts. And that's very unique to Siddha tradition. So you can all try to see what your kids can be engaged or you can be engaged. It doesn't really matter for people who wanted to do exercise. This is the best exercise for the winter. So we are a bunch of group, including myself. We are planning to be part of this. So you all are welcome to join this. It's like a fun activity. If everybody joins, we'll do together.
Sure.
And it's just like $50 per month you pay, and then you can join, and whenever you want you can leave. So like that. So you please try to attend that. And other than that, I think all our regular classes. We have Silambam, we have Carnatic classical music, we have ancient math going. All these things are regularly going. Many of you don't know art classes are going. It's all ancient knowledge. So people who wanted to join, you can join anytime, any class that we're running. So look at our website, Siddha-Vetha.org. All the class courses are listed. Some of them may not be listed. We are updating so many courses. So, you can send an email to info@vetha.org and we can respond to that. Okay, so I'm thankful to everyone and especially Dr. For giving a nice talk today, Dr. Pankaja Choudhary. It's a pleasure. And people who wanted to have more knowledge or consulting, we have a bunch of people working in India who can help you. Apart from we need a lot of service for the world, for medical services, and that's also provided for different problems, because some problems are solved through one easily than the other. You have to wait for some things, for some problems. So I want to ask a general question to Dr. Pankaja Choudhary. In order, see,
Yes.
one of the thing you have is Shapta and the Sparisha, right?
Yeah.
So these all are most of the time about there could be two schools of thought here, because one of the thoughts, Sparisha is coming from the skin, the Akash is responsible for Sparisha, and Vayu responsible for Sapta would be also a logical thing, because without Vayu there is no sound produced, and without ether there is no feeling. Second, this logic may be possible, so you can take into this school of thought also, because two schools are important. The other thing is that body, because so skin is formed, say look at our skin is formed, it's everywhere. So that's the same in evolution. If you look at a pillar or something, like a one cell living being, it can feel everything, like a plant, for example, right? But in a caterpillar, it slowly opens up its mouth and second comes. So the evolution starts, the skin starts before evolution, and that's why we have skin everywhere, and then the mouth here, and then the evolution, butterfly smell comes here, and then if you look at, evolution happens that way. So there is a little logical here between different two schools of thought, and I think it is a good idea to have these two schools of thought openly. You don't have to really strict on, but I took this logic because of these two schools of thought, but I took the second one because the logic fits in both ways for in the modern science also, where light is needed. I mean, you need sound. There is no transformation of sound without air. Number one, that's another confirmed thing. And second is the logic of evolution. So both this will say that this is the other way around. So I'm just keeping this open. I'm not concluding anything. It's my opinion, but you're welcome to add your comments.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, anyways, thank you so much. I think people have a lot of to think. Then questions they are looking at. Oh, okay. We have a lot of things covered today, so they may be wondering what to ask. There'll be a bunch of questions. That's fine. So thank you. We'll have more opportunities. We are trying to conduct some international conferences with with the government involved here. So we'll see how it goes. So thank you all for your next week. Don't
thank you so much.
Stroke will be covered next week. So don't miss next week. It's going to be very important. There is one of the thing in physiology, the important thing is that Shrotam is, the important part, like buses.
Yes.
It can connect different places inside your thing. So there are many minute things, very interesting things that are covered in the Siddha tradition, where they deeply go into each and every nadi, and from that nadi, what nadi goes to different parts of the body. All these things are explained. So don't, next week, if you're there, please welcome to attend that talk. That's going to be useful for many of the, and there's this expert who has so much years of experience will be talking, and this can be connected to both Ayurveda. Ayurveda also has this kind of knowledge, and you can cross check, what is not covered here, what is not covered there. So that way you have a full knowledge about both systems. So, okay. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome.